Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Greg, and in each episode, we'll explore the spending plan of a household through the eyes of three financial experts, Dave Ramsey, the Money Guys, and Ramit Sethi. I'm not a financial expert, I'm just a guy with some spreadsheets and a calculator. Welcome to Money Month. Today we're going to dive into the spending plan of a couple in their early 30s from Kentucky with one child. Let's get started. Okay, couple from Kentucky, let's review your spending plan. Your assets are $265,000. Investments, $50,400. Emergency fund is $15,000. Pre-planned savings, $0. High interest debt is $5,000. Low interest debt is $230,000 for a total net worth of $95,400. Your gross monthly income is $6,500, which is about $78,000 per year. Your net monthly income is $4,850. For your fixed costs, your mortgage is $1,500, groceries $800, credit card $200, student loan $320, water $50, electricity $100, gas $50, trash $20, internet $60, cable $80, phone $50, insurance $100, transportation $200, clothes $10, subscriptions $80, and miscellaneous is $300, for a total fixed cost of $3,920. For investments, you have pre-tax retirement savings of $500 per month. Post-tax retirement savings is $100 a month, for an investment total of $600 per month. For savings goals, you have $100 going to emergency fund and $80 going to college savings, for a total savings of $180 per month. For guilt-free spending, you spend $150 per month. Let's look at this spending plan through the eyes of Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey has the 7 baby steps. Let's see which step you're on and how long it will take you to get to the last step. Baby step 1 is save $1,000 in your starter emergency fund. The purpose of the emergency fund is to act as a safety net to cover unexpected expenses and emergencies that might come up, like car repairs, medical bills, or home maintenance. If unexpected expenses and emergencies come up and you don't have an emergency fund, you may be tempted to go into debt to cover those expenses, which Dave Ramsey wants you to avoid at all costs. So this starter emergency fund helps break the cycle of relying on credit cards or loans to cover emergency expenses and can provide you with peace of mind. Have you saved $1,000 in your emergency fund? Yes, you have. You saved $15,000. So congratulations, you get to move on to baby step 2. Baby step 2 is pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. For Dave Ramsey, debt is dumb and cash is king, so he wants you to pay off all non-mortgage debt as quickly as possible. To pay off debt, he recommends using the debt snowball. This is where you list all your non-mortgage debts in order from smallest to largest balance, regardless of interest rate. This includes credit card debt, student loans, car loans, medical bills, and any other outstanding loans. You make minimum payments on all those debts except your smallest debt. For your smallest debt, you pay as much extra as possible until it's paid off. Then, once your smallest debt's paid off, you take the money that you were using to pay off that debt and apply it to the next smallest debt. This creates a snowball effect where the payments toward each debt increase as each debt is paid off. You keep repeating this process until all your non-mortgage debts are paid off. The logic behind it is that with each debt you pay off, you gain momentum and motivation to continue tackling the remaining debts, and you celebrate each milestone and victory along the way. The goal is to complete baby step 2 in 2 years or less. Completing this step will require focus, sacrifice, and discipline. You may need to cut your expenses or increase your income or both. For Dave, if you have any non-mortgage debt, then your house is on fire and you need to put out that fire as quickly as possible. Have you paid off all your non-mortgage debt? No, not yet. You have $5,000 in credit card debt and $30,000 on a student loan. If you are following the baby steps, then after saving up $1,000 in your emergency fund, then anything in your emergency fund that's in excess of that should go towards paying off those debts, which means you should reduce your emergency fund from $15,000 to $1,000 and use that $14,000 to pay off your debts. Using the debt snowball method, you should pay off your smallest debt first, the $5,000 credit card debt, and the remaining $9,000 should be used to pay down your student loan from $30,000 to $21,000. Once your credit card debt is paid off, you would use that $200 towards the student loan, which would bring your student loan payment from $320 to $520. I see you're also saving $100 to your emergency fund each month. Since fully funding your emergency fund doesn't come until baby step 3, Dave would have you put that money toward the student loan, which brings your monthly student loan payment to $620. I also see that you're saving $80 per month for your child's college fund. Since saving for college doesn't come until baby step 5, Dave would have you put that $80 toward the student loan as well, which brings your monthly student loan payment to $700. Also, instead of contributing $600 to investments, which you're not supposed to do until baby step 4, you would redirect that money to pay off your student loan sooner, which would bring your monthly student loan payment to $1,300. So if you were to do that, let's take a look at these numbers. We're going to pull up a debt payoff calculator. Your current balance owed is $30,000, but after using $9,000 from your emergency fund to pay it down, the balance is now $21,000. I don't know your interest rate, so let's put 5%. And instead of paying $320 per month, which you're currently doing, will bring your student loan payment up to $1,300. If you did that, it would take 17 months to pay that off, which is about a year and a half. Once you pay off that student loan, celebrate it. Take the win, then move on to baby step 3. Baby step 3 is save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. The purpose of baby step 3 is to finish off the emergency fund that you started in baby step 1. If you're on baby step 3, you've already saved $1,000. So in this baby step, you keep saving until you've piled up 3 to 6 months of fixed cost expenses. If you have an emergency and need this money, use it. That's what it's there for. Just remember to replenish the fund as quickly as possible before moving on to the next baby steps. How much is 3 to 6 months of expenses? To find that out, you take your fixed costs and multiply that by 3 and 6. Let's see, your fixed costs are $3,400. So 3 months of that would be $10,200, and 6 months of that would be double that, which would be $20,400. Have you saved enough in your emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses or greater? No, when you reached baby steps 3, your emergency fund is now $1,000. How long would it take you to save 3 months or 6 months of expenses? Well, you've already saved $1,000. So for a 3-month emergency fund, you would need to save another $9,200, and for the 6-month emergency fund, you would need to save another $19,400. In baby step 2, you are putting $1,300 to pay off your student loan. Now that it's paid off, you would use that amount to save into your emergency fund. So for the 3-month emergency fund, saving $1,300 per month, it would take you about 7 months to save up $9,200 to total $10,200. For the 6-month emergency fund, saving $1,300 per month, it would take you about 15 months to save up $19,400 to total $20,400 in your emergency fund. If you're a single income household and you have a stable job, you might want to go with the 3 months, otherwise save 6 months. Now, since your original spending plan showed that you had $15,000 in your emergency fund, let's assume you want to go with the 6-month emergency fund. That means baby step 3 would take you about 15 months, a little over a year, to complete. You'd celebrate that and move on to baby step 4. Baby step 4 is invest 15% of your gross household income in retirement. This step is about prioritizing your future financial security by investing for retirement and taking proactive steps to build wealth over the long term. After you find out what's 15% of your gross monthly income, then have that amount automatically deducted from your paycheck or bank account and directed into your retirement accounts in the following order. First, take advantage of any employer matching contributions offered in your employer-sponsored retirement plans, which instantly gives you 100% returns on that amount, essentially free money. Then contribute the maximum amount you can to a Roth IRA because you can withdraw it tax-free at retirement. Then whatever money is left, invest it in your 401k. If you can't invest 15%, then start by doing what you can, then increase that percentage every year until you reach 15%. Your gross monthly income is $6,500. Multiply that by 15%. That's $975. First, you would contribute enough in your 401k to take advantage of your employer match. Let's say your employer matches $100 per month. You would contribute $100 into your 401k. Have that amount automatically deducted from your paycheck and invested in your retirement account. Now you have $875 left to invest. You would contribute the maximum amount you can to a Roth IRA. You'd have to look up what the limits are, but in 2024, if you're under age 50, you can contribute $7,000 per year, which is about $583 per month. After you contribute $583 into a Roth IRA, you still have $292 left to invest. So you would use the rest of that to contribute to your 401k, which was set to $100 per month to get the employer match. After you add $292 to that, your 401k contribution would be $392 per month. Once you've done all that, you're done with baby step 4. Celebrate that, then you can move on to baby step 5. But before you do, let's look at a retirement calculator to see what all this investing will add up to when you reach retirement age. We estimated that it would take you about a year and a half to get to baby step 4. I know you're in your early 30s, so let's say you're 33. So after a year and a half, you're at baby step 4, and you would be about 34 years old. And let's say your expected retirement age is 65. Historically, the market has given 10 to 11% rates of return, but let's be conservative with this and say 7%. You're going to contribute $975 per month, which is $11,700 per year. And according to the spending plan, your current retirement savings are $50,400. By age 65, without ever increasing your contributions in 31 years, you should have about $1,604,000. With a 4% safe withdrawal rate, that would give you about $64,000 to live off of in retirement each year. If you ever get raises and you're able to increase your contributions during those years, your savings could add up to a whole lot more than that. One thing you might have noticed is that in baby step 2, you spent $1,300 per month to pay off your non-mortgage debt. And in baby step 3, you spent $1,300 per month to save for an emergency fund. But in baby step 4, you only have to spend $975 towards investments, which leaves you an extra $325 per month. What will you do with the extra money? Let's go look at the next baby step. Baby step 5 is save for your children's college fund. In this step, you start saving for your children's college expenses. It's aimed at parents who want to help their kids achieve their educational goals without incurring student loan debt. Figure out how much you want to save, then have that amount automatically deducted from your paycheck or bank account and directed into a 529 plan or an ESA. Saving for college comes after saving for retirement because Dave wants you to prioritize retirement savings first. There are other ways to pay for college, such as scholarships, grants, work-study programs, and student loans, but there are no loans or scholarships for retirement. You have a child and you were originally saving $80 per month towards college, so my guess is that you would want to use some of this $325 to save for college. So let's round that $80 per month up to $100 per month. Once you've set up the account in the recurring payment, then congratulations, you've completed baby step 5, and you have $225 left for the next baby step. Baby step 6 is pay off your home early. In this step, you pay off your mortgage early by making extra payments towards the principal balance of your mortgage or by refinancing your mortgage to a shorter term, such as a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage, which typically offers lower interest rates and allows you to pay off the mortgage sooner. Your spending plan shows that you owe $200,000 on your mortgage. You have $225 that you could use to help pay off your mortgage early. Whether you do that depends on your goals as a couple and determining your expected future expenses. For example, if you're following the baby steps, then one of your goals is to avoid getting into debt. And one way to do that is to anticipate upcoming expenses and save for them in advance. I'm talking about expenses like home repairs, car repairs, new vehicles, new technology, vacations, etc. If you don't expect that you'll need to save for any of those future expenses, then maybe you would use the full $225 to help pay down the principal balance on your mortgage. Otherwise, maybe you would want to only pay it down by a fraction of that or not put any extra toward it at all. Whatever the scenario is, you would be stuck on baby step 6 until your mortgage was paid off. Let's take a look at these numbers. We're going to pull up a debt payoff calculator. Let's just go ahead and make a guess that your $1,500 mortgage payment is comprised of $1,200 towards the principal and interest and $300 for property taxes, home insurance, etc. Okay, if that's accurate, then it would take you about 24 years to pay off your mortgage. If you paid an extra $225 per month, it would take you about 17 and a half years to pay it off. So there you have it, the baby steps. To recap, you're currently on baby step 2. It will take you about 17 months to complete it, then about 15 months more to complete baby step 3. So altogether, that's about 32 months, almost 3 years, to reach baby step 4. You could contribute $100 per month for baby step 5, and you would be stuck on baby step 6 until you can pay off your house, which would take about 24 years unless you paid extra on it to pay it off sooner. And by the time you're 65 years old, you should have about $1,604,000 saved for retirement. A monthly finance tracker. You have your spending plan. Now you might want an easy way to make sure you're on target with that plan every month. There are all kinds of apps out there like EveryDollar and YNAB and others. If you don't have an app, or if you want to consider an alternative, you can use the simple spreadsheet that I used for years before I made my own desktop app. Here's the spreadsheet. You just take the items from the spending plan and add them to the monthly finance tracker with the expected dates you'll need to make payments and the dates you'll get paid. Once you make the payment or get paid, you record the actual date, a check number or confirmation number, and any comments you want to add. The MoneyMonth app works the same way. You just take the items from the spending plan and add them to the app with the expected dates you'll need to make payments and the dates you'll get paid. Once you make the payment or get paid, you record the payment, you record the actual date, a check number or confirmation number, and any comments you want to add. If you have any comments or questions about the spreadsheets, the MoneyMonth app, or my analysis of anything, feel free to hit me up in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to you in the comments or in a future episode. I'll put links out there for you to download those for free in case any of those look useful to you. In the next episode, we'll look at your spending plan through the eyes of the Money Guys and take you through their financial order of operations, the Money Guys FOO. Whether you're following Dave Ramsey's baby steps, the Money Guys FOO, Ramit Sethi's ladder of personal finance, or your own plan, the key is finding a plan that works for you and sticking to it. And that's a wrap on another episode of Money Month. Thanks for joining. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, review, add comments, and tell your friends. If you want to play along at home, I'll add some links so you can download the spreadsheets in the desktop app. We'll be back soon with more tips, tricks, and insights to help you achieve your personal finance goals. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making every month count with Money Month.